Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. So this weekend, my son asked me, he said, Dad, why are they giving up all their ghosts? You know, the voting machines, the, the way they do fraudulent votes, in various areas of the country, that type of thing. And I thought about it for a second. I said, I think it's based on three things. Number one is they hate elections. If they could do away with elections tomorrow, they would. They're authoritative. You know, they believe in Stalin's motto. I don't care who votes, I just care who counts them. Number three, they're just arrogant and they have no scruples. Number two, excuse me. They're arrogant and have no scruples. And number three, they're scared. They have done nothing but lose for the last 5 years. There's Brexit, Frexit, I think it's Frexit. And they got Blexit here in the U.S. They're losing. Trump has pulled in a record number of minority votes. And Democrats can't win. What was it? The old saying up until November 3rd was the Democrats can never win another election if they pull less than 80, if they only pull 85% of the vote of Black Americans. Well, that's about what they pulled. And they still pulled down 80 million votes. Somebody explain that to me. But, we've been there before. And when America became a nation, when we won the revolution, we struggled a little bit for that, 8 years or so. And the monarchs in Europe were just waiting to see if we were going to crumble. And they figured we would become a monarchy just like them. And then, it'd be just dealing monarchy to monarchy. It's sort of like big business. They may be competitors, but Eaton, Siemens, GE, they all do the same thing, have about the same level of overhead. They see each other as competitors, but not frightening competitors, if that makes any sense. Who frightens them is the small guy who overhead is half of what theirs is and can produce materials and parts at really a fraction of the cost that they can produce. And they're all globalists. They all work within a global mindset. And as I said, they've done nothing but lose for the last 5 years. And now Trump's coming out and saying, I want to bring my, the soldiers back, Marines back. Well, they don't want that. This guy that was in the Defense Department admitted, bragged about lying to the president about troop numbers in Syria, I think it was, so they wouldn't pull people back. And the defense industry, they need wars. It's quite simple as that. Now, they don't they don't want a strong America, but they don't want a weak America either, because they need our military. They have to have our military to control their interests around the world. Just like Afghanistan was nothing more than a pipeline in oil and gas. I don't think Afghanistan had anything to do with Same way with Syria. Iraq, they were a shell of what they were. There was no sense to go in there and re-attack them. I mean, supposedly a bunch of Saudi Arabians come and blow up buildings in New York City and Washington, D.C., and we go to war in Iraq. But boy, what's that? What's that show where that cavalry guy? Oh, who was it? It was a Vietnam. He said he looked at the one guy and said, "Hey, do you ever spend $1 million?" He says, "Watch this. I'm going to spend $1 million." Got on the radio and ordered an airstrike. Well, that's what the defense industry wants. I mean, that's what they want. They want and need wars. That's where they make their money. And Trump does not want that. He wants peace. They don't even like the fact that he has signed these Middle East peace deals because they don't want a stable Middle East. The unions are a different story. They're on the verge of losing their power at the top because so many of their members are supporting Trump that they're not going to support them if they go against Trump, which most of them did. I was listening to the Boilermakers Union, I think it was, in Pittsburgh, one of the few unions that endorsed Trump. And Biden went out there and said, I've got the union endorsement. And the union rep said, man, my phone blew up. I said, I had to tell everybody that, no, we did not endorse Joe Biden. We endorsed Donald Trump. So all these people, they have their special interests. And quite frankly, the rhinos are right in there with them. And the Democrats are on the verge of losing it all. Depending on what happens, the GOP and the Democrats might become dinosaurs. Because if enough people, if the GOP doesn't back Trump, the people are going to go with Trump. These people voted for Trump. They didn't vote for the GOP. I mean, I'm a Republican, but I don't care about the Republican Party. I don't give to the Republican Party. I'll give to a certain candidates that I like. And the Democrats are fractured beyond repair. I don't see how they repair themselves. And there's a reason Trump won such a high percentage of a Latino vote in Florida. It's because most of them came from like Venezuela, Cuba, these socialist countries. And one lady said one word why I voted for Trump: socialism. They don't want anything to do with. They've seen what socialism does. They don't want anything to do with it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Y'all have a good day. Bye.